and go where we need to go. And yeah, I can't wait to open that door and Frankie will freely fly down into the world. So it's going to be really fun. It looks so gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Reporting for King 5 News, I'm Brady Wakayama.
Well, it's such a small thing that makes such a big difference for that young guy.
Yes. And some people ask us, where's the good news? Where's the happy news?
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
So we're very happy for them. And again, that they did, I think they said over 600 ramps. And you don't, I think, understand how important it is to those families.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
Very, very cool. All right, quick look outside. I'm going to get you ready for your, Monday and your work week. And my first alert forecast is coming right up.
Plus, a brush fire breaks out near Parker, burning trailers and a log deck as crews try to bring it under control. And high winds led to a fire getting out of control in the Zintel Creek Canyon, leaving nearly 30 acres burned. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. It just hit 6 o'clock.
Yes, it did.
I mean, like, boom.
Right on.
Exactly. Good Monday morning. Good Monday morning, Jill.
Good morning to you, Jason.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful weekend.
Yes.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And how was the west side? You were on the west side. Was it?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful on Saturday. Sunday got a little cooler, a little bit misty, but it was all right.
Misty.
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't mind the cooler temperatures yesterday, and
No,
it's
me
just a
neither.
little bit of a relief. But let's take a look outside. It is a chilly morning. I had to wear a coat this morning, first time in a while. It was windy and chilly this morning. We're in right around the 50-degree mark for our area. So make sure you're warm as you head out the door. So as we look at our Skywatch radar, we are free and clear, and we're looking lovely for today. And we're going to see more sunshine than not for the week ahead, or more clear skies than not. And if we see any shower activity, at least so far, it should be just quick as a whistle. So our highs today, we are chilly. We are in the mid to lower 70s, a couple of mid to upper 60s. That'd be Ellensburg and Pendleton. For the Tri-Cities today, we're around 75. Pretty similar conditions tomorrow as well. And in Walla Walla, we're right in those lower 70s. So ample sunshine today. We do have winds to talk about, mid to upper teens all day today. So a little bit of blustery conditions, most likely the windiest day of the week. They'll slow down overnight, but I'll get you ready for the week ahead. And as our air quality improve with the winds shifting around, I'll have that in my full forecast. But for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
A large brush fire broke out yesterday in the 300 block of Parker Bridge Road. According to Yakima County Fire District 5, the fire was burning along the Yakima River and the flames even visible from I-82. The fire burned multiple trailers, a log deck, and other items. Multiple stations responded to the fire and received assistance from the Yakima Nation Fire Management. The Washington State Department of Natural Resources had a helicopter on site doing water drops. And a 1,000-acre wildfire is now contained after burning on the Hanford site Sunday. According to Benton County Fire District Number 1, the fire started when a thunderstorm rolled through the area. Hanford employees were asked to use alternate routes to access the site. But by Sunday evening, the Department of Energy announced that the wildland fire had been contained and road access had been restored. One home and one shed have been called a total loss in a fire that broke out at Zintel Creek Canyon yesterday evening. According to officials, the fire was originally the size of an SUV, and it quickly got out of hand due to heavy wind conditions. Kennewick Deputy Fire Chief Michael Hefner said 20 to 30 acres have been burnt so far, but the blaze is now contained and under control.
We are urging everyone to stay out of the Zintel Canyon Park. We recognize that there are folks that are interested in what has happened down there, but because of the danger and the risk of tree branches and other snags falling or branches that may be smoldering and other vegetation on the ground, just strongly caution folks to stay out of the area.
It is not yet known what caused the fire. Before all of the weekend fires broke out, firefighters across the Tri-Cities came together for a burn operation to get prepared for wildland fire season. Academy recruits all the way up to seasoned firefighters were working the lines, taking down 36 acres of sagebrush and weeds. Cap KVUE's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live now from Richland. Riley, why were firefighters starting fires?
Good morning, Jill. Crews were actively trying to start these fires as a preventative measure for the future. The Pasco Fire Department and Richland Fire and Emergency Services host a joint fire academy, and spring is generally the wildland fire refresher season. If we take a look behind me, we can see the progress that the crews made bringing down this brush to make sure a wildfire doesn't happen later on this year, or if it does, it's not as severe. We can tell after a weekend of wildfires around the community at Hanford, Yakima, Zintil Creek Canyon, and more, that this training was immediately helpful. Tony Hubner is a probationary firefighter paramedic for the city of Pasco. He says getting out of the classroom to experience training on a wildland fire in this setting gets them the experience they need to handle a real wildfire.
It's good to see the way the wind affects the travel of the fire. It's good to see the way our fuels burn here in the basin. And you know, we can go through it all we want in class, but until we're out here and we get to see it firsthand, it's really helpful.
It was a big day of training for Pasco Fire, Richland Fire, and Benton County Fire Districts 1 and 4. Later on today, we hear from another recruit about what was different than he experienced, as he had never really been on a scene just like this. Live in Richland, I'm Riley Fitzgerald with Good Morning Northwest.
Investigators have released what they believe to be the cause of a fatal house fire in Findlay Saturday. Fire crews from the Kennewick Fire Department and Benton County Fire District 1 arrived at a house fire on the 22,000 block of East Bryson Brown Road just before 10:30 p.m. Firefighters had to use bolt cutters to open a gate and entered the home. First responders say they found the body of a woman when they went into the home. They attempted to revive her for over half an hour. However, she died at the scene. Investigators say they believe a fan in the kitchen caused the fire, and they don't know if the home had working smoke detectors. A brown bear was shot and killed by a police officer after it wandered into the city of Moxie Saturday. Authorities say the police officer responded near the 6,000 block of Miras Road after witnesses reported they had spotted a bear. Officers with the State Department of Fish and Wildlife were sent to assist. Authorities say the bear continued to wander the area until it began moving towards an open business in the area. After talking with officials from Fish and Wildlife, the decision was made to kill the bear in order to protect the large number of people in the area. The officer shot and killed the bear, and the body was then turned over to officers with Fish and Wildlife. According to Washington State Patrol, a trooper was involved in a shooting on Interstate 82 just after 6 a.m. on Sunday. State Patrol said the trooper stopped to help a disabled motorist who was pulled off on the shoulder near the Badger Canyon exit. WSP says within several minutes there were shots fired at the scene. The individual and the trooper were not shot, and the individual was taken into custody. WSP says the trooper involved is now on paid administrative leave per WSP policy. A bicyclist is dead after he was hit by a vehicle and left on the sidewalk in Kennewick. Authorities have identified the victim as 32-year-old Terry Barnhart. Officers with KPD were called to the 2600 block of West 4th Avenue just after 4 a.m. Saturday. The caller allegedly told officers they found Barnhart unconscious and bleeding on the sidewalk with a bicycle next to him. By the time officers arrived, the witness said another man had come, said he knew Barnhart, and was going to take the bicycle from the scene and hold on to it for him. The man then left the area. Barnhart died on the sidewalk. Investigators have asked that whoever came and took the bicycle from the scene return it to them so it can be processed for evidence. The bicycle was described as a style of mountain bike that had been recently spray painted blue in color. The 2-year-old boy who disappeared from a Boise suburb Thursday has been found. 2-year-old Rudy Reyes was found safe after police say he was kidnapped by his father. While Rudy has been located, his father, Rodolfo Reyes, is still a wanted fugitive. And Nampa police are asking citizens to call their nearest law enforcement agency if he is seen. A mother and her 2 sons are among the people who have been arrested for a Richland homicide that happened on New Year's Eve. 19-year-old Felipe Manjarres Jr. of Sunnyside is facing a murder charge in the shooting death of 21-year-old Michael Castorino Jr. Manjarres' 16-year-old brother was also arrested on suspicion of unlawful possession of a firearm. Rosalina Guzman, the mother of the 2 boys, is facing a charge of rendering criminal assistance. Guzman and Manjarres were found in Oklahoma. Police say the U.S. Marshals Service helped track them there shortly after the killing. Police say they will be taken back to Benton County to face their charges. Another person, 17-year-old Rafael Torres Tapet of Kennewick, is also in jail, charged with the murder of Castorino. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, a beautiful morning, but we got some winds to talk about and comparatively chilly conditions. I'll get you ready for your Monday and my first alert forecast coming up.
Plus, it's a story that's becoming all too familiar for one Yakima family as they're attempting to understand what led to the death of 33-year-old Ramiro Camacho.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
100% ribeye beef in a burger. Yep, 100% ribeye beef in a burger. Our Ribeye Steakhouse burgers, all the flavor of a juicy ribeye steak in a burger. Did I mention they're made with 100% ribeye beef?
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Make an experience this weekend to Vapiano. Relax in the country, experience the wine, and share in the joy. Vapiano awaits you and your friends. Make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estate and Winery. Slow down, enjoy the journey.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on an XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back at 6:11 on this Monday morning. Well, police still have no idea as to who fatally shot a 33-year-old Yakima man earlier this week or why. Friday, his family gathered at the site of his killing with the Yakima Association of Faith Communities for a moment of blessing. Cap KVU's Emily Goodell tells us it's not the first time the family has suffered such a tragic loss.
Talking to the community, everybody's so numb about this, and that's not right. Like, for people to be numb about it, it's not okay. It's just not okay.
They say it's not okay that her brother, Ramiro Camacho, was gunned down earlier this week, and that police say they don't know who did it or why.
The motive, unfortunately, is unknown. So we just find it very unfair that he had to suffer this way and end his life this way. He had 2 beautiful children, 2 boys that are left without their father.
They say it's not okay that they're having to go through this again.
It's pretty devastating. This is our second brother who has passed due to a shooting here in Yakima. and literally a block away from each other.
Their other brother, Tamo Salamanca, was shot to death on May 10th, 2017.
How would you feel if your mom called you at 4 a.m, hysterically crying, not being able to tell you what happened? And more than once.
Because it's not just two brothers, it's two cousins as well. Rosendo Ramos shot to death in Cowiche on January 19th, 2016. And Gerardo Camacho shot and killed in his car in Yakima on October 5th, 2018.
So it's like constantly our family has not stopped grieving, unfortunately.
Because every case remains unsolved.
How there are 4 different murders in our family and still hasn't been anything resolved. I'm not saying that police aren't doing their job, detectives are not doing their jobs, and it goes both ways. But, how could we feel safe? How could we be a part of this community if there's no justice happening involved?
We just hope things get better and that the public is open and honest to the police, because at the end of the day, they're trying to do their jobs. So please, 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 we beg you to help us to find justice for Ramiro Camacho.
And for the 3 other family members whose cases remain unsolved. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE, Local News.
And the family has set up a GoFundMe site to help them pay for their funeral expenses. If anyone has any information about Ramiro's death, you can call YPD Detective Gronwald at 509-576-6597. Coming up, the man accused of the murder of 4 University of Idaho students is set to appear in court today for the first time since January. And I will return with your first alert weather forecast. Folks, it's a beautiful but a bit chilly morning. I'll get you ready for that next on Good Morning Northwest.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Keep a flock healthy and happy with the largest selection of Purina around. Plus, all the equipment you need to keep the farm running right. And we have the best customer service. We really do. Northwest Farm Supply in Hermiston, Prosser, and Othello.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Craving Rock My World bowl flavors only Taco Time can deliver? Congratulations! Crushing your craving just got easier. Taco Time, online and on demand. Dream delivered. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is Taco Time.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
Looking for a quiet place to kayak or paddleboard?
The lake, the river here they're just great.
You'll want to see Blackwell Island.
Get out and experience the water. This is a great recreation area.
Fly the Northwest.
Lots of scenery.
Cap KVUE Local News at 6, Tuesday.
Next live, Julia Louis-Dreyfus plus Leslie Bibb. And Tuesday, the American Idol winner performs in studio, live.
Today at 9 on Cap KVUE.
This newscast sponsored by wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org. Now, Cap KVUE First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning so far. And what a beautiful morning we have. gorgeous conditions, though we do have winds kicking up, so it's a little bit chilly out there. And we're going to see a pretty chilly Monday, especially compared to what we've seen. We started seeing that cool down yesterday. It will continue into today, though we are warming towards Friday. And folks, a pretty darn nice weekend is on the way. So temperatures right now, lower 50s to mid to upper 40s. So again, one of the chillier mornings we've had in about 2 weeks. So we do have those winds kicking up as well. So folks, bundle up a bit as you're heading out the door. Air quality, the good news, we were mired in moderate air quality through Saturday, but much improving conditions, and winds coming from the southwest are also helping keep those wildfire smoke from Canada out of our areas. Hopefully that continues for the week ahead. So our temperatures, we're going to be kind of mired just below our average for the next 2 days. Our average for the Tri-Cities, 78. So expect today and tomorrow highs in the mid to lower 70s, even some upper 60s, especially today. And then we'll be seeing things warm up as we get into our weekend. Looks like we'll see mid to upper 80s for most of our areas starting at least by Friday. So Skywatch radar, we are looking very nice this morning, staying dry as well. Just have a hint of shower activity in the Cascades just by Snoqualmie Pass. So if you're traveling to the west side, just be aware there'll be a bit of wetness. So as we look at our future cast, we're seeing more nice conditions on the way. And as we head into our evening hours, just a bit of cloud coverage. For tomorrow morning, we have more sunshine pretty much across the board. And we could see just a hint of shower activity coming through the Yakima area tomorrow evening. But even if that does show up, it will be very quick. And we don't expect much precipitation, at least so far, for our week ahead. So looking to stay dry and looking to stay very nice. So wind speeds, we've seen some flirtations with the 20-mile-per-hour mark for Toppenish, Ellensburg areas, but we're looking to be settling down right in those mid to upper teens, and that's about where we're going to be today. So some blustery conditions at times. Those winds, though, will slow down pretty much as our sun goes down tonight, and we'll see those winds continue to ebb as we head into tomorrow, Wednesday, then pick up a bit for our weekend right around 10 mile per hour. So let's take a look at our highs today. We're in the lower 70s for the Yakima Valley, and for Ellensburg, oh my goodness, it is chilly right at 65. In the mid-Columbia, mid to lower 70s across the board. Similar temperatures tomorrow. And for the Blue Mountain region, 71 in Walla Walla and a chilly 68 for Pendleton. So again, folks, you may want to put on a coat as you head out the door with that winds this morning and these cooler temperatures. So as we move along in our work week for Yakima, mid-70s tomorrow, 80s, mid-80s by Thursday. And looking pretty darn nice for our Memorial Day weekend. Just not as warm as we saw Friday and Saturday of last week. In the Tri-Cities area, mid-70s through Tuesday, 80s by Wednesday, upper 80s by Thursday. And look at all of this sunshine on the way. So folks, we're not going to be seeing those record-setting temperatures that we saw last Friday and Saturday, but we are seeing very warm conditions, above average conditions as we head into our Memorial Day. But folks, we're below our average today, so get ready for a bit of a chilly and blustery Monday ahead.
Today, for the first time since January, we'll see the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students appear in court. He's expected to face a judge with the victims' family members looking on. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, 28-year-old Brian Kohberger, the man suspected of killing 4 University of Idaho students last November, is set to be arraigned after a grand jury last week indicted him on charges related to the murders of Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Kernodle, and Madison Mogan. Kohberger is expected to plead not guilty to 4 charges of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary.
Right now, although we seem to have mounting evidence against Mr. Kohberger, it's still anyone's game because there's a lot of information that the defense is going to hold and not release to the public.
Authorities say Kohberger orchestrated and carried out the attack, then returned to work pursuing his PhD in criminology before making a cross-country trip home to Pennsylvania with his father. Kohberger was pulled over twice along the way.
Okay.
After a month-long investigation, Kohberger was arrested. Investigators saying they matched his DNA to that found on a leather knife sheath found at the crime scene.
We have a search warrant for the building!
Authorities searched his apartment in Pullman, Washington, less than 10 miles from the murder scene. Prosecutors amassing more than 20,000 pieces of evidence, including a pillow and mattress cover they say tested presumptive positive for blood. The big mystery that remains, the motive. We could hear more on that today. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
If Kohberger does enter a not guilty plea, the court will schedule his trial, and if convicted, he could face the death penalty. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a multi-agency unit in the Spokane Police Department is taking a different approach to handling behavioral health crises.
At the Blue Mountain Station in Dayton, Washington, we invest in community. Our partners include Sweet Cheeks Bake Shop, Cedar Rain Spirits, Onyx Farms, Ray's Roast, Red Band Cellars, Bard and Bead Meadery, and the Co-op and Commercial Kitchen. We invite you to explore Dayton today. Memorial Aquatic Park in Pasco will be open Memorial Weekend, Saturday to Monday, 1 to 5:45 p.m. to kick off the summer swim season. Stop by this weekend and register to win a family season pass, good for a family of 4, sponsored by Dairygold. Cool off with us this weekend at Memorial Aquatic Park in Pasco for all the fun. Learn more at PascoParksandRec.com. Get fit, have fun, do more with Pasco Parks and Rec.
From Camp KView, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease, and my doctors in Spokane strongly encouraged me to change careers. It's just amazing. Just recently I had a need for a walker. Right there it was. If I need any supplies, they're there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
When you need something special to celebrate with, you need to visit Millie at Cupcakes Bakery and Deli in Kennewick. From an assortment of delightful baked goods to the comfort foods of her Southern-style deli, Millie will put a smile on your face. Check out Cupcakes Bakery and Deli today.
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest air quality specialist. We offer filtration products for all your commercial, industrial, and manufacturing needs. From cooling towers to industrial dust collection systems, commercial buildings, schools, hospitals, or manufacturing facilities, we have you covered. Call today and schedule your free facility site evaluation. We'll send a certified air filter specialist to your site to evaluate your filter requirements. Call or click today. Pure Filtration Products.
A lake, a river, and a canal. Fly the Northwest. Camp KView Local News at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back, everyone. This Monday morning. Well, Washington State has been trying for years to balance community safety with sensitive and productive responses to people who are struggling with drug addiction or mental health crisis. Advocates simply put that people in jail isn't a good solution for anyone. And Spokane Police Department has created a multi-agency unit to find that balance. Robin Nance got to ride along with an officer to see how the unit operates.
Male running into the street, taking his shirt off, throwing things at passing cars. They believe he's tweaking. It could be drugs, it could be mental health.
This is exactly the kind of call Spokane Senior Police Officer Richie Plunkett is here for. He spends a lot of his time in places like this, looking for people in crisis and following up with those he's helped before. Most officers don't have time for this kind of follow-up, but Officer Plunkett is a member of the Behavioral Health Unit, or BHU. It's made up of Spokane and Spokane Valley police officers, county deputies, and mental health counselors from Frontier Behavioral Health. Sometimes those counselors ride along with the officer or deputy.
It's nice to be able to bounce stuff off them.
He and his team work closely with the local shelters, homeless advocates, substance abuse treatment facilities, and hospitals.
The biggest issue we're dealing with is co-occurring disorders. So most of the time, the co-occurring is a substance use disorder with some sort of mental health disorder.
Whereas our patrol officers and deputies in the field are often in Band-Aid mode.
Sergeant Jason Hartman oversees the BHU for the police department. He says being homeless or mentally ill is not a crime and shouldn't be treated like it.
Our goal is to basically long-term to provide people that are struggling with mental illness with services, treatment, put them in contact so they can get treatment.
But there are times when those in crisis knowingly commit crimes and need to be held accountable, especially when domestic violence is involved, other violent crimes, or serious property damage.
There's no trespassing signs all over here. and then you get charged, and I don't want you to get charged. Are you looking to get into some sort of services?
The unit is paid for through a Washington state grant, and SPD tells me it's a model for other crisis units across the country.
When we start interweaving services, whether it's public safety, nonprofits, hospitals, it works out a lot better. It's a more effective system because without having these connections, we're just going to continue to have a broken system.
And the behavioral health unit contacted nearly 5,000 people last year, and 8 out of the 10 cases ended up in something other than a person going to jail. Coming up, detained American Paul Whelan is speaking out about his time being imprisoned in Russia for the last 4 years. That's next on Good Morning Northwest. Stick with us, everyone.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spike ball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Here we go.
I want to prank my son.
That's a yes. The mark is here.
Oh my God! How y'all going to hell?
That's for sure.
The Prank Panel. Special preview Wednesday on ABC.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an all-electric vehicle from Overturf Kia. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Lease a 2023 Kia Niro EV Wind for $349 per month or purchase for just $41,349. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Homeowners, Washington is moving to renewable power. Consider an investment in green energy. Rooftop solar with Solar Power Northwest, a true one-stop shop. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
Join us at Sunset Gardens as we celebrate Memorial Day all weekend long. Sunday and Monday, tour the grounds and get free hot dogs at our event center from 11 to 2. Monday, May 29th, the celebration starts at 11 with speaker and veterans advocate Tiffany Smiley, skydivers, snow cones, music, and more. As always, we'll raise over 1,000 flags. Celebrate Memorial Day with the Tri-Cities premier funeral home and cemetery, Sunset Gardens. Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more with a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade, all with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVU.
We're hearing from detained American Paul Whelan as he describes what it's been like being imprisoned in Russia for the last 4 years. And President Biden and Speaker McCarthy are set for another meeting today after being unable to come to a decision on the best way to solve the national debt ceiling problem.
And it's a cooler and windy start to your work week. I'll get you prepared for, well, today and what's to come in my first alert weather forecast.
From Cap KVU Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Good Monday morning to you. Good Monday morning, Jill.
And to you.
Thank you so much. I love that we have light in the morning.
Me too.
It just kind of, well, I mean, obviously it brightens our morning, but also it's good for mentally that, hey, it's light outside and it's very nice, but do expect cooler temperatures today. It's a bit chilly this morning. Let's take a look outside at our Geesis Stadium, Dust Devil, Skycam, and look at that beautiful sight. It is beautiful this morning. But again, folks, we're seeing about mid-teens, 15 or so mile per hour winds, so it's making this morning a little bit chilly. Our currents are in the lower 50s to upper 40s. We are dry though, and we're going to be staying dry. It looks like for the next couple of days, could see just the quickest of spritzes tomorrow evening in Yakima. Other than that, looking very nice. Plenty of sunshine today, but look at these highs. We're going to be in the mid to lower 70s, even some mid to upper 60s for Ellensburg and Pendleton. So chilly conditions, mid 70s for the Tri-Cities area, lower 70s for Walla Walla. So we are going to slowly warm up as we head towards our weekend, but we're going to be nowhere near the record-setting highs we had for Friday and Saturday for some of our cities. So I'll get you ready for that, including when this wind's going to slow down, and an update on our air quality, which was in not the good zone last week. So folks, that's coming up in my full forecast, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Thank you, Jason. We are now hearing from American Paul Whelan describing his captivity in a Russian prison camp. He says he's growing more confident in U.S. efforts to get him home. ABC's Derek Dennis has more.
This morning, Paul Whelan, the former U.S. Marine imprisoned in Russia for more than 4 years, is sounding optimistic about someday coming home.
There will be an end to this, and I hope is coming sooner than later. But it is depressing on a daily basis, going through this.
Whelan, speaking to a CNN reporter yesterday, said he's disappointed he was not among the other Americans recently released in U.S. brokered prisoner swaps with Russia. WNBA star Brittany Griner in December and former Marine Trevor Reed in April. Whelan's sister Elizabeth expressing that same sentiment on Good Morning America last month.
Paul has been left behind twice. That's just a fact. And it's really important that we stress that that cannot happen again. Paul Whelan must be a part of any deal that happens in the future. Still,
Whelan remains hopeful, appearing satisfied that the Biden administration and others continue working on his behalf.
I think there are people in D.C. that feel the same way, and they're moving towards a compromise and resolution to this as quickly as they can.
President Biden spoke of Whelan at this month's White House Correspondents' Dinner after mentioning Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, who was captured by Russia in March on espionage charges. Biden promising Whelan and every American detainee around the world will not be forgotten.
Neither will I, and neither will this administration until we get him home.
Whelan also says he has the usual aches and pains from the forced labor camp where he's detained, saying it's a daily reminder of his captivity and his fight to come home. President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are set to meet today to resume debt ceiling talks. The two spoke by phone yesterday as Biden was returning from the G7 meeting in Japan. McCarthy says their conversation was productive. Republicans have been seeking spending cuts in the federal budget in exchange for their support to raise the nation's borrowing limit. Sunday, Biden acknowledged significant disagreement with Republicans in some negotiation areas. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen recently warned that the U.S. could default on its obligations as soon as June 1st if Congress doesn't find a solution. That could reportedly result in an economic collapse and the loss of millions of jobs.
Look, there's no agreement on anything. We've all said our piece about where we are, and we're trying to find common ground to get this done.
Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, a sunny but windy morning, so a little bit chilly out there. I'll get you ready for your week ahead. My first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, there was a good chance you saw one of the Cap KVUE team if you caught a Dust Devils game over the weekend. There she is. We'll talk all about it when we come back.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVUE.
Jeopardy Masters semifinals are here.
People have been training their whole life for this.
Your favorite Jeopardy champions compete for the ultimate title.
Is there no one else?
Jeopardy Masters two-night semifinals event tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Craving Rock My World bowl flavors only Taco Time can deliver? Congratulations! Crushing your craving just got easier. Taco Time, online and on demand. Dream delivered. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is Taco Time.
At the Blue Mountain Station Cooperative in Dayton, Washington, we offer you the Pacific Northwest's finest local products. Fresh baked goods, locally grown produce, artisan cheese, fresh roasted coffee, wine, honey, and so much more. We invite you to explore Dayton today. It's not every day that you can experience award-winning limited production wines selected by industry notables, plus receive advanced news regarding upcoming releases and events. Delight in the convenience of having wines delivered to your door as a member of the Coyote Canyon Wine Club.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Era Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Era Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
When you own a Ford, you get more than a vehicle. You get the benefit of having your vehicle picked up for service.
Here for the Explorer. There you go. All right, we'll get it right back to you.
This is U-Mode.
All the convenience of owning a Ford with a local partner. Corwin Ford Tri-Cities.
Every year, more people are diagnosed with skin cancer in the United States than all other cancers combined. Get the facts about skin cancer at yaktroynews.com.
Skin cancer prevention and screening available at Prosser Memorial Health. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Looking for a quiet place to kayak or paddleboard?
The lake, the river here they're just great.
You'll want to see Blackwell Island.
Get out and experience the water. This is a great recreation area.
Fly the Northwest.
Lots of scenery.
KapKV Local News at 6, Tuesday.
Next live, Julia Louis-Dreyfus plus Leslie Bibb. And Tuesday, the American Idol winner performs in studio live.
Today at 9 on KapKV.
Time right now is 6:40. Welcome back. Well, if you were able to take in a Dust Devils game over the weekend, there's a good chance you were able to catch one of the KapKV crew.
That's right. Our Madeline Hagan got the chance to throw out the first pitch before Saturday's game against the Vancouver Canadians, and it was a pretty darn impressive first pitch. Here it is. Perfection. That's almost a strike.
That's great.
Oh my goodness. Good for her.
Yeah. Well, this is the second time this year one of our team has gotten the chance to throw out the first pitch at Giza. Jason, you had the chance to throw out the pitch a number of weeks ago. Did you have any advice for Maddie?
I just told Maddie seemed pretty confident in her throwing, and I can see why. She was great.
She was great.
I just told her when they grab you, they just throw you out on the mound,
yeah.
And you have no time to collect yourself. They announce your name, you kind of wave, and then you just got to go. But she did a great job. I think she topped what I did.
You guys both did great.
All right. Well, at best, I was even with her. So good job, Maddie.
Yeah, excellent.
It's a nerve-wracking experience. All right, folks. It looked like a lovely day Saturday. It's a lovely day today, but chillier and windier. I'll get you ready for your Monday and your work week ahead coming right up.
And when we come back, Riley Fitzgerald gives us one last look at how local fire departments are working to keep us safe during fire season. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Pasco Parks and Rec invites you to join in and get involved. They offer a variety of summer classes and programs for all ages, preschool to adult and everyone in between. There's a class, event, or program this summer just for you. Register, reserve, or inquire today. Join all the special events Pasco Parks and Recreation has to offer all summer long. Learn more at PascoParksandRec.com. Get fit, have fun, do more with Pasco Parks and Rec.
Hi there, Jason Valentine here for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick this Tuesday and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America together.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest air quality specialist. We offer filtration products for all your commercial, industrial, and manufacturing needs. From cooling towers to industrial dust collection systems, commercial buildings, schools, hospitals, or manufacturing facilities, we have you covered. Call today and schedule your free facility site evaluation. We'll send a certified air filter specialist to your site to evaluate your filter requirements. Call or click today. Pure Filtration Products.
Build your deck with PAR and get everyday low prices on Trex and TimberTech composite decking. But shop now and you'll get $100 off TimberTech, Trex, and AZEK railing and accessories with qualifying purchase. Visit par.com for details.
What are you gonna build?
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more, with a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade, all with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Situated in the heart of Washington wine country, the Prosser House by John Gray is a place you won't want to miss. John's international culinary training brings amazing cuisine to the table. Treat yourself and someone special to a meal you won't soon forget. We'll see you at the Prosser House.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry. Load up, wolves! Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Nice morning so far. And look at this morning. Plenty of sunshine, abundant sunshine throughout our areas. And we have more sunshine on the way. Should be gorgeous, but it is chilly this morning. We're seeing cooler than average temperatures, and we're seeing winds as well, making things just a little bit nippier. So you may want to put on a bit of a jacket as you're heading out the door. It is warming into Friday, and then we'll see a pretty darn nice Memorial Day weekend. My goodness, it is already here. So we're looking at very nice temperatures, very chilly temperatures, lower 50s, upper 40s. It's our coolest morning in about at least 2 weeks. So get ready for chilliness. But good news, we were stuck in the moderate zone on Friday due to those wildfires in Canada. Well, with the winds shifting over the weekend, we have much nicer air quality this morning, and we do expect to see good air quality unless a blaze opens up around our areas, at least for the next couple of days. We'll keep a close eye on that with those fires still raging up to the north. So temperature trend, we are going to be below our average for the next 2 days to start our work week. Then we'll slowly build up starting Wednesday up to about 10 degrees or so above our average. This is the average for the Tri-Cities at 78. So for our weekend, expect mid to upper 80s for most of our cities. So as we look at our radar, free and clear, what a beautiful day, really across the state of Washington and Oregon. We do have a little bit of shower activity going on in the Cascades near Snoqualmie Pass. So if you're traveling to the west side, you could see a little bit of shower activity there. Futurecast, and as we move into our day, we're going to see, again, a little bit of cloud coverage there, but very nice conditions as we head into our morning hours tomorrow morning. Free and clear yet again. Best chance of just a little bit of shower activity is tomorrow evening, but if it does come to Yakima or Ellensburg, it will be quick and gone before pretty much it shows up. So Futurecast looking very nice, and we should be seeing mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for the week ahead. Now winds, that is a factor today. We're in the mid-teens for most of our areas, and we'll be seeing mid-teens until about the sun goes down tonight, and then we'll see light winds returning. So for the week ahead, we're looking at them kind of slowing down all the way to nominal winds by Wednesday, then picking up a bit Thursday into our weekend, right around 10-mile-per-hour winds. So a little bit of breeze at times, but today is definitely our breeziest day or windiest day of the week. So as we move along into our Monday, our highs are going to be in the lower 70s for the Yakima Valley. Chilly, 65 for Ellensburg. Goodness gracious. In the mid-Columbia, mid to lower 70s. And as we head over to the Blue Mountain region, lower 70s to upper 60s. So very chilly day. Again, folks, we are going to warm up as we move along in our week. And we have, again, partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies for the week ahead for Yakima. Just beautiful conditions. Slowly start to warm up on Wednesday and then back to the mid-80s Thursday into our Memorial Day weekend. In the Tri-Cities area, mid-70s through Tuesday, and then slowly building up to those upper 80s for Thursday into our weekend. And I just having a tough time believing we're just a week away from Memorial Day. 2023 is just zipping along. So for your Monday, ample sunshine. We have winds around the mid-teens, around 15 miles per hour until the sun goes down, then light winds overnight into tomorrow. A beautiful but chilly Monday is ahead.
Thank you, Jason. Well, firefighters across the Tri-Cities came together for a burn operation to get prepared for wildland fire season, which is coming up. Academy recruits all the way up to seasoned firefighters who are working the lines, taking down 36 acres of sagebrush and weeds. Cap KVU's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live from Richland. And Riley, why are crews out preparing for wildland fire season?
Thank you, Jill. Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. Ben Shear with the Pasco Fire Department says that while the peak season for wildfires is around July, we are already well on our way into it. We can definitely tell as we've had several wildfires over the weekend, from the Hanford site to Yakima to Zintel Creek Canyon as well. And I would definitely say that we are into wildfire season as well. Spring is typically when fire crews go out to do their wildland fire training before the season really gets going. It's a controlled environment where they can take it slow and learn all of the right steps, especially for the recruits who haven't been on a wildfire scene before. Recruits have had many practices on structure fires, car fires, and more, but these are completely different beasts. Probationary firefighter EMT Zach Weiner explains he learned specifically how unpredictable wildfires can be.
Yeah, just the way that the fire moves is kind of interesting to me. Like today, the winds aren't crazy, but watching how at one point the wind was moving one direction and on the other side of the fire was moving a completely different direction. So just kind of make sure you're aware of which way the head of the fire is going is something that I've really kind of dialed into and kind of pay attention to today.
Weinert says he isn't from an area with particularly a lot of brush, so there was a lot to learn about how fire activity changes. Fire officials say as the conditions get drier and summer starts to approach, it's time to take those precautions, clean up any potential fire hazards from around your house, and definitely stay safe. Live in Richland with Good Morning Northwest, I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Riley. Well, we'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive. For more than 40 years, Def Leppard drummer Rick Allen has rocked the world with just one arm. But in March, after a show in Fort Lauderdale, Rick was violently attacked, and this morning, he's describing what happened only to GMA.
I want to talk about your experience after that show.
I heard a couple of steps, and then I just saw this dark sort of flash, and the next thing I knew was I was on the ground. I landed on my backside, and then continued on. Hit my head on the pavement.
Our ABC News exclusive interview with Def Leppard drummer Rick Allen coming up at 7. With your GMA First Look, I'm Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
My husband and I have never been more active.
Shingles doesn't care.
I go to spin classes with my coworkers.
Good for you. Shingles doesn't care. Because no matter how healthy you feel, your risk of shingles sharply increases after age 50. But Shingrix protects. Proven over 90% effective, Shingrix is a vaccine used to prevent shingles in adults 50 years and older. Shingrix does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. An increased risk of Guillain-Barré syndrome was observed after getting Shingrix. Fainting can also happen. The most common side effects are pain, redness and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering, fever, and upset stomach. Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Shingrix is now $0 for almost everyone. Ask your doctor about Shingrix today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to Jason's local forecast in a moment, but first a look at this morning's top stories. A large brush fire broke out yesterday in the 300 block of Parker Bridge Road. According to Yakima County Fire District 5, the fire was burning along the Yakima River, and the flames were even visible from I-82. The fire burned multiple trailers, a log deck, and other items. Multiple stations responded to the fire and received assistance from the Yakima Nation Fire Management. The Washington State Department of Natural Resources had a helicopter on site doing water drops. A 1,000-acre wildfire is now contained after burning on the Hanford site Sunday. According to Benton County Fire District Number 1, the fire started when a thunderstorm rolled through the area. Hanford employees were asked to use alternate routes to access the site, but by Sunday evening, the Department of Energy announced the wildland fire had been contained and road access had been restored. One home and one shed have been called a total loss in a fire that broke out at Zintel Creek Canyon yesterday evening. According to officials, the fire was originally the size of an SUV that quickly got out of hand due to heavy wind conditions. Kennewick Deputy Fire Chief Michael Hefner said 20 to 30 acres have been burnt so far, but the blaze is now contained and under control. But it is not yet known what caused the fire. Fire investigators believe a fan in the kitchen caused a fatal house fire in Findlay Saturday. Fire crews from the Kennewick Fire Department arrived at a house fire on the 22,000 block of East Bryson Brown Road just before 10:30 p.m. First responders say they found the body of a woman when they went into the home. They attempted to revive her for over half an hour. However, she died at the scene. It's unknown if the home had working smoke detectors. A brown bear was shot and killed by a police officer in the city of Moxie Saturday. Authorities say the police officer responded near the 6,000 block of Nearest Road after witnesses reported they had spotted a bear. Authorities say the bear continued to wander the area until it began moving towards an open business. After talking with officials from Fish and Wildlife, the decision was made to kill the bear in order to protect the large number of people in the area. According to Washington State Patrol, a trooper was involved in a shooting on Interstate 82 just after 6 a.m. on Sunday. State Patrol said the trooper stopped to help a disabled motorist who was pulled off on the shoulder near the Badger Canyon exit. WSP says within several minutes there were shots fired at the scene. The individual and the trooper were not shot, and the individual was taken into custody. WSP said the trooper involved is now on paid administrative leave per WSP policy. A cyclist is dead after he was hit and left on the sidewalk in Kennewick. Authorities identified the victim as 32-year-old Terry Barnhart. Officers arrived at the 2600 block of West 4th Avenue just after 4 a.m. Saturday. The caller allegedly told officers they found Barnhart unconscious and bleeding on the sidewalk with a bicycle nearby. The witness said another man came, said he knew Barnhart and was going to take the bicycle and hold on to it for him. The man then left the area. Barnhart died on the sidewalk. The 2-year-old boy who disappeared from a Boise suburb Thursday has been found. 2-year-old Rudy Reyes was found safe after police say he was kidnapped by his father. While Rudy has been located, his father, Rodolfo Reyes, is still a wanted fugitive, and Nampa police are asking citizens to call their nearest law enforcement agency if he is seen.
Plenty of sunshine today. Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to the work week. Just gorgeous conditions out there. We do have some winds, though, to talk about as it makes things even cooler this morning. We're in the lower 50s to upper 40s, so a bit chilly out there. You may want to wear a coat. Good news, we have good air quality after being mired in the moderate zone for much of Friday and into Saturday, but those winds finally started to clean us out. Free and clear on our Skywatch radar, and we expect mostly sunny skies today. Should be just a very, very nice Monday. Now winds, we have mid to upper teens, so 15 to 20 mile per hour winds at times today. We'll see those slow down as the sun goes down tonight. Overnight, we'll see those get to light to around 10 miles per hour. Our highs today, we're in the lower 70s for the Yakima Valley, 65 for Ellensburg. Chilly in Ellensburg, goodness. In the mid-Columbia, we're in the mid to lower 70s. And over in the lovely Blue Mountain region, we're right in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So chilly conditions will continue into tomorrow. Then we'll start to see some warming temperatures by Wednesday, and they'll be getting to the mid to upper 80s for our Memorial Day weekend. Just get ready for a chilly and blustery Monday ahead. Jill.
Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Cap KVUE Local News is back at 5.